Okay, everybody, welcome back. Hope everybody's having fun so far. I brought Chris Lindley with me here because what Chris is going to do for you guys now is be the secret weapon we were telling you about, and he's going to give you lots and lots of information on how to prepare your house for an emergency. And you're going to want to pay attention. You're going to want to pay attention. That's all I'm going to say about that. Everybody. I'm looking at everybody. No, looking at everybody. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris. He's going to talk about the information on how to prepare for an emergency.
But as I go through this, really keep in mind of all the different things I talked about that you would need in an event of evacuation. Also keep in mind some of the things that could potentially go on in this house tonight. First thing I want to enlighten you to is the power and water will be turned off. So you'll have no power and water. So think about the things that you need water for. So what I already did is I went around and filled up all your bathtubs. So you have bathtubs full of water. One of our contestants was ahead of us and already had some water standing by, so I think he was prepared a little bit before. So one thing I want to stress is you're going to need the water to flush the toilet. And you only have 2 buckets, so I suggest you share those buckets because you don't want to be throwing water from the tub into the toilet all night long if you need to use the restroom. I'm going to talk about the items at a minimum that I think you should have prepared, always on hand in your home and for your family in an event that you have to evacuate. So probably the most important thing I think you can have in any type of kit is certainly a first aid kit. You need to have this because you want to take care of yourself or anybody else who's injured. Another good item to keep in your evacuation kit is a flashlight. Of course, as we went through today, you want to have some water. Probably for evacuation kit, a couple small hand water bottles is fine, or a large gallon is fine. How many of you are on some type of medication? Without saying what the medication is, you take some type of medication daily. So normally there's a lot more people, whether it's high blood pressure, related to diabetes, cholesterol, you name it, a lot of the American public is on medication. Many of your family members probably are. You want to keep at least a prescription of that available, if not in your bag, right next to it so you can quickly throw it in there because you want to take that with you when you go. Another good thing to bring is if you have prescriptions, bring those as well. And if you get displaced, like the folks did down in Hurricane Katrina, when you want to be able to go fill your prescriptions without going to see a new medical provider. Again, you might not have coverage wherever you end up, but if you have that prescription, that's your ticket to get the drugs you need. Keep a few items of food available, canned foods, just like we learned today. And of course, you need to have the can opener with you to use that. I like to recommend folks have something, quick energy food. Cliff bars, power bars, anything like that that can last a long time. If you know your area, you probably don't need a map, but if you live in an urban environment like Denver, it might be a good thing to have a map because you might not end up in your neighborhood when you get evacuated. A radio. How many of you guys have a handheld radio powered either by battery or hand cranked available at your house at all times? That's fantastic. That's really good. Best way to get information during an emergency is probably going to be on a radio. This is an important thing here, so take note. Anytime you want to prepare for a potential evacuation, you want to have some long sleeve clothes. Even if it's summer, when it doesn't matter, keep an extra long sleeve shirt and a cap, maybe some gloves, something to keep you warm. And then some type of warmth. There's all kinds of really great blankets out there. You can get the space blankets that fold up the size of your hand. They're those little silver ones. Those are great, they're cheap. This is what I would think would be the minimum to keep on hand. But what are some other items that you probably should keep handy in case of evacuation?
Maybe some just little pack of water purification tablets.
That's a great idea. Absolutely, that's a great idea.
Number one thing I'd leave with is a knife or a multi-purpose tool.
Absolutely, that's great.
Yeah, I think for fire starting.
Great, so a lighter, matches, great. Another thing, what about important documents? Marriage license, wills, passports. Keep those handy. What's the time period for evacuation? Another important thing to remember. How much time should you be able to get yourself, your family, and, for example, the key items out of your house?
5 minutes.
Nope. Nope. Quick as possible is absolutely the correct answer, but you should always be able to do it in less than 10 minutes. So no matter what, no matter how much stuff you have that you need to go, make sure you can get it out in less than 10 minutes. Now, the items I showed you here today are not expensive. These are affordable. Anything here you can buy used, secondhand store, or you probably likely have these things already in your house. It's just a matter of putting them together, whether it's an old duffel bag, a big burlap sack, whatever you have works. So when you guys go back and you have time to educate people, or when you're building your own kit, just know it's very easy to have these things available and ready to go at any time. We're going to go eat dinner here pretty quick, so if there's no other questions, that's it.